Hi everyone, welcome back to What a Crock Staff. So, tonight, I made a special tonight. It's my husband's favorite, and it's actually my dad's favorite too. And I think my stepmom's. So, I decided to make my What a Crock beef stew, homemade beef stew. Guys, the ingredients in here, and it smells delicious. I cooked it on low in the crock for 7 hours today. Then added a little bit of butter at the end and some cornstarch and water just to like thicken up the sauce a little bit. And there you have it, the most perfect, yummy, delicious, hearty, and healthy potatoes, carrots, and the beef in there, beef stew. Guys, here goes nothing. It's really hot. I just took it out of the crock. So I got carrot, potato, and meat on my spoon. Mmm. Falls apart in your mouth. It's like butter in your mouth. Well, my dad just got home from a long run at the hospital and stuff, medical issues and stuff like that. And he's so glad to be home. And I told him that when he got home, I would make him some beef stew, which is one of his favorites. My husband has been craving it as well. It's been really cold here in Jersey lately. So beef stew is like the perfect, hearty, warm, delicious, hot, fully just delicious, absolutely delicious meal. Instead of making soups all the time and stuff like that, make a nice hearty beef stew, guys. Can't go wrong. It'll warm your insides and make you feel so happy and comfortable. And I'm sure it's going to make my dad feel glad to be home. So from my table to your table, from my family to your family, I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you like, share, do it at home yourself for your family, and enjoy. God bless. I have here about 3 pounds of beef chunks. They're already cut into beef stew chunks, 1.5, but you could just get a beef roast and then cut it up yourself. Anyway, so any way you like it. But these are 3 pounds of beef chunks, and then I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of flour. I'm using almond flour because it's healthier. And then I'm going to put some salt and pepper into that baggie with our meat and our flour. And we're going to shake it up, massage it in, so every piece of that beef is covered in the flour. Then we're going to set that bag aside once it's covered. And we're going to pull over our crock and we're going to spray it with cooking spray. Then I'm going to add in about 1.5 pounds of baby carrots cut in half into my crock. And then I have about 2.5 pounds of cut baby Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add those into the crock. Give it a little bit of a stir. And then we're going to set the crock aside. Now we're going to go ahead and start browning our beef chunks. About 2 minutes per side. Beef chunks, you want to heat that oil in the skillet and then add the beef chunks once it's a little glistening. Add the beef chunks in. We're going to turn them over after 2 minutes. Do the other sides. Then we're going to put them in a bowl off to the side. And we're going to do that in batches, guys. So we're going to do this a couple times within the skillet and the beef chunks just to get them, crispy on the outside and just browned enough. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a little more oil into our skillet and put it on low. Set it to like medium low setting on your stovetop. And in that skillet, we're going to add about 1 whole large onion chopped, diced up. Going to add that in there. And we're going to cook those and saute those until they're slightly brown. And then we're going to take those and just saute them up. And while you're waiting for them to saute, you want to take your beef chunks now that are set aside, and we're going to add those into our crock. And then we're going to go back to our onions, make sure our onions are all ready to go, and then we're going to add those into the crock. Now to add the rest of our ingredients to the crock. I have here about 3 to 4 tablespoons of tomato sauce, just plain canned tomato sauce. And then I'm going to add in 4 cups of beef broth. Excuse me. 4 cups of beef broth. Then we're going to add in about 3/4 cups of red wine. I have here a nice Merlot. That's actually a cooking wine. So I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of red wine into the crock. Then about 2 tablespoons of oregano. 2 teaspoons of thyme. About 5 cloves of minced garlic. Some salt and pepper. About 2 full tablespoons of balsamic vinegar or balsamic glaze. I actually ran out of vinegar, so I'm using balsamic glaze, which is the same thing. And then I'm going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And we're going to gently stir all that together really, really well and combine it in that crock. So everything is covered in the meat and the seasonings and the sauces and everything. So we're going to just go ahead and give that a nice stir, a very long stir. And then we're going to go ahead and put our lid on and cook it on low for 7 hours. When there's about 30 minutes left of cooking time to your beef stew, you want to go ahead and put in about 5 tablespoons of cornstarch into a bowl and about 5 tablespoons of cold water. Add that to the cornstarch and mix it together really, really well to make kind of like a roux. And then we're going to go ahead and dump that in, add it into our crock. And stir it in really well so it's combined in there just to thicken the sauce a little bit. We're going to put the lid back on. And right before you're ready to serve, you want to go ahead and take about 2 tablespoons of butter. And you want to add that to the crock and stir the butter in to the crock into our beef stew. And there you have it, guys. Then the end result is just so delicious. Go ahead and serve it up. Look how hearty and comfortable. It's totally the best comfort food. And you have the What a Crock homemade hearty beef stew. Enjoy, guys. Take care.